And now, from the combined newsrooms of KARK4 and Fox 16, breaking news coverage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mitch McCoy, 443 here at KARK4 and Fox 16. We're getting on here. We have breaking news out of North Little Rock. We can confirm that there's been a shooting at McCain Mall. We don't have a lot of information. We have a crew en route right now, but what we do know is that there is a large crime scene at McCain Mall right now after a shooting. We don't know exactly anything about a suspect at this point, but we do know that at least one person has been shot, according to the North Little Rock Police Department. As we come on the air here and try and get more information for you related to this situation right now. Again, not a lot of information other than we know that there has been some kind of shooting at McCain Mall, and we are standing by for what should be some video here coming in very, very soon here into our newsroom. But let me show you, give you a big picture perspective to where McCain Mall is at. As you know, McCain Mall, North Little Rock area. This is actually the iDrive map, and I wanted to show you this iDrive map to see if we could get some kind of camera perspective to this scene. So this is over at McCain Mall in Warden Road. Not seeing anything on this side of the screen. Let's see if we can get another camera perspective here. And I'm not seeing anything here. What we don't know right now is where inside the mall this shooting has happened. But actually, I'm looking and seeing right now we might have a picture. Let's flip it over here.
A lot of people standing at this entrance over here.
If the assignment desk or Sarah, somebody's watching, could you let me know what this video is? I believe this is Alexis Wainwright. Alexis is live at the scene. If somebody could let me know.
Can you tell me, I guess, what happened, what you saw? Six gunshots? Okay. What part?
Okay, so this is Alexis Wainwright. We'll tune in just a moment to listen in here.
Okay. I'm on Facebook Live.
It's the other side of the mall, like the JCPenney side.
JCPenney side, and then kind of take me through what you heard, what you saw.
I only heard the gunshots. I was in my store, but I didn't see anything.
Okay. And then after you heard the gunshots, did you see people running? Did you see people moving? What did you see?
I only heard the people closing their gates, and then the police starting coming and stuff.
Okay.
And then the mall managers, they told us to close and evacuate the mall.
Evacuate the mall. Okay, so you heard about 6 shots. Wow. Well, we're glad you're okay.
You too.
Thank you. So you just heard that man. He initially said that he works in the mall. He was near the JCPenney's, and he heard about 6 gunshots go off. Now, he says he didn't see anything. He just heard that. And then the next thing you know, he heard police running in. He saw police running in, and they told him that they had to close the store and that the mall was officially closed. So that's the latest from one person that was inside of the mall at the time. So we will be here on scene working to get much more information, but this is what it looks like right now outside of McCain Mall. Again, we just confirmed with North Little Rock Police that there was a shooting here. We're going to work to get much more information. They're expected to do a media briefing with an update soon, so we will have much more. Just stay tuned to KARK and Fox 16.
Okay, you've been listening to Alexis Wainwright. She was talking with a person there at the scene. Actually, we might be able to replay it here because we caught the very end of that. Okay, looks like we're bear with us because, of course, this is live breaking news coverage here as we're trying to hit the
200, and you'll be hearing about that, but they've been arrested in various cities throughout the United States. We're doing it very...
So while our control room tries to get that lined up here, again, just to recap, we know that there's been some kind of shooting that happened at McCain Mall. It looks like we're trying to pull that video back up.
Hey, everybody.
And we'll go ahead and tune into this just for those that are tuning in here at the last minute.
So what's happening? I'm gonna switch the camera around.
Okay, so just to give you a perspective here on what's happening, this is actually our control room. Our control room is trying to queue this up for a report for the 4 o'clock news, because as you can imagine, we're in the middle of multiple newscasts right now. But what we can confirm is that somebody has been shot. You see a police presence outside the entrance of McCain Mall there. As we learn somebody has been shot and that there's been some kind of shooting inside McCain Mall. Alexis was talking with a eyewitness just a few moments ago, and that eyewitness had said that there was some kind of gunshot, and then all of a sudden everybody, all the mall started closing. And so that is where we're at right now. I'm waiting for the control room to cue this video. I do not have access to cue that. Actually, what we can try and do here is pull up and from what I'm standing by here, yep. So what I'm going to try and do, and again, bear with me. This is as we try and get some new information from Alexis. I'm going to try and play this video, but I got to cue this video up first as we try and get some new information from her, and then also talk as she was talking to an eyewitness out there. Okay, so let's try and listen in to this report one more time. And I apologize, folks. We're having some audio issues here. But what we can certainly do is try and get an idea of what this scene is like out here. And I'm seeing that we have a backpack which we use to see stuff that has just been turned on, but it doesn't look like we're in a position to take that shot just yet. But you see a fairly large police presence out there at McCain Mall, and it looks like several police cars. According to that eyewitness just a moment ago, the eyewitness was saying that the mall had been evacuated and shut down, but we don't have any more information related to a suspect or what led up to what's being described as a shooting inside McCain Mall. You're looking at Alexis Wainwright's video here, and I'm seeing a few police cars in the background. This information came in. We started getting word about 45 minutes ago about a possible shooting. And that's where she was talking to a witness. Let me see if, and we still don't have that shot available just yet. And I apologize, folks, we're having some issues with audio out of McCain Mall, where we can confirm that there has been a shooting at the mall. North Little Rock police telling us at least one person had been shot there in the mall, and I believe this witness was saying it was somewhere near the J.C. Penney inside the mall, which if you're familiar with the area, you can walk in through the main entrance, and there's a large foyer area or a lobby, if you want to call it that, a common area. You have the escalators that you can go down to the food court, and then you can keep walking straight back. So not exactly sure where this happened, but we were hearing some reports from witnesses that there may have been some kind of fight, but that is unconfirmed at this point. But we do know that there's been a shooting. We know that at least one person has been shot inside McCain Mall. Let me go ahead and I'm going to open up some of your comments here. As we, of course, we want to talk with some of you guys as well. And I'm just standing by. I'm waiting to see if we have, it looks like we just now got a shot up from McCain Mall. As we try and stand by for me. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to take this shot. This is live video coming in to our newsroom at this hour of this reported shooting, what's being described as a shooting at McCain Mall. I can see, and bear with us, this is a camera crew that is just getting on scene, and they're trying to get positioned here for our newscast that starts in just a moment. But we know that at least one person has been shot. We don't know anything about suspects just yet. It looks like there's a police officer right there that might be the person that's going to give us an update to this scene. Okay, well, we stand by for that shot to get positioned, and I apologize again. This is a camera crew that's trying to get set up. They're just getting positioned here at the McCain Mall after what's being described as a shooting there at the mall. This is video that we had just received. This is video from about 5 or 10 minutes ago. You see a line of police cars there, more than a dozen or so. And you see Alexis kind of describing the scene. This was video that is a few minutes old now, but the scene is still pretty much the same. I'm going to read some of your comments here as we stand by. I'm hoping that we'll have a live picture from McCain Mall and an update from police in just a moment. We're waiting for that update right now from authorities regarding what has happened inside McCain Mall this afternoon. So stand by with us as we wait for that update. Alexis had said that she was hoping that there was going to be an update here relatively soon. We will take that live for you. We will effort that here as we come up on 5 o'clock at KRK and Fox 16. Again, if you're just joining us within the last few moments, we are able to confirm at least one person has been shot inside McCain Mall. And we know that we are standing by for what could be a news conference from authorities regarding what is happening. And I'm trying to get, okay. So I'm seeing a shot from McCain Mall, and we're going to have to time this out, folks, because we are waiting for our 5 o'clock news to begin, and Alexis Wainwright will be live on TV in just a moment. But as you can see, we will also take her shot. This is a standby shot, and we're expecting an update in just a moment from her live as she stands by and she waits for that newscast to start, and you were able to see behind her just a moment ago the line of police cars that are outside the mall, and it looks like this is the Regal Cinemas entrance to the mall. We don't know at this point where the shooting happened inside the mall. We don't have any information about suspects at this point either. Let me go ahead. I'm going to take in her shot because I believe we're standing by now. We're preparing for that live shot to happen now as we confirm that at least one person has been shot inside McCain Mall. Alexis is standing by for her live shot. Let's listen in.
So we're outside of McCain Mall, and we just talked with North Little Rock police, who are confirming that one man has been shot while inside of the mall. I'm going to show you what's happening right here outside of the mall. We're off of East McCain Boulevard near the Regal Theater. You can see several police cars out here. We've seen over a dozen North Little Rock police officers out here at the moment. I actually talked with a few people who were leaving the mall. They were telling me that they work inside the mall and that they were told that the mall has been officially closed, so they left work. Now, I also spoke with another man who was inside the mall working, he says, and he heard about one gunshot go off. He says he didn't see anything and what led up to that shooting, but he saw several officers running into the mall just minutes after that shot went off. Now, police say the shooting happened just after 4 p.m. this afternoon. Not much information at the moment, but again, a very active scene here. We've seen a few of these entrances blocked off at the moment. We're expected to hear much more from police soon, but again, the latest that we know right now is one man has been shot and taken to a local hospital.
All right, that was Alexis Wainwright reporting. We know one person shot inside McCain Mall. That person's been taken to the hospital. I'm trying to get Alexis possibly here just to do a quick hit for us. I know she's working on multiple other things, but if we can, and I know the assignment desk is listening in, if we can, and I also recognize the fact that you know, a lot of this stuff runs off batteries, but if there's a way we can keep that shot up from McCain Mall, so that way we can see when North Little Rock Police they do their update, so that way we can try and take that live, that would be greatly appreciated from the scene there in North Little Rock. We are standing by now to see if we could get Alexis to just do a quick interview with us here on our breaking news coverage, as we can confirm just moments ago that one person has been shot. That person has been taken to the hospital. We're waiting now at McCain Mall for an update from authorities regarding what happened at the mall sometime in the 3 o'clock hour. We're now learning that this shooting happened. You can see the line of police cars out there as we are now in a standby mode for an update from authorities. And keep in mind, while we have multiple videos going on, I'm looking at our feeds here at our on our TV, and I'm not seeing any feeds come up yet, but we will stand by for that. Let me go ahead and read some of your comments here as we stand by and just wait for that news conference to begin. Some people are talking about the hospital that we have went to. Again, we're in that standby mode because we do know that one person has been taken to the hospital. I expect that we will hear something more from police regarding the condition of that victim here momentarily when the North Little Rock Police they provide their update from the scene. Let me go ahead and refresh here. I'm going to try and read some of your comments. If there may have been some folks that were inside McCain Mall when this happened that are watching our live coverage, and feel free. I'm looking to see, the phone here is also having some issues. So again, I apologize. If you're just joining us, this, for some reason, we're having an issue with audio out of this video. This was a witness that was inside the mall. Again, we're standing by for an update from the North Little Rock Police Department, and I'm just refreshing some of our feeds here to see if there's any new information from our reporter, and it looks like we might have a couple photos. It looks like, as I'm refreshing here to see if there's any new information, it appears that Alexis is reporting that there are over a dozen police cars outside McCain Mall, and they're near the Regal Theater entrance after what we can confirm now is one person shot. No information yet about suspects. As we now stand by and wait for a possible update from authorities. Let me go ahead and I'm going to get into Twitter here in the studio. Let me show you guys Alexis's tweets. Let me go ahead and, as we stand by and try and bring that up. This is going to be our reporter who's at the scene of this shooting. This is our reporter who's at the scene right now, Alexis Wainwright. These are a couple of these photos. So this is the over a dozen police cars that she was seeing at the scene. You can see they're lined up. This is near the Regal Cinema side. Some folks appear to be leaving the mall. And as we go to that next photo, this is the Regal Cinema side. This is the line of police cars that she was talking about. This is a security guard, but the line of police cars starts right here and it goes back, and then on this side it goes in the opposite direction. So that's where we're seeing the dozens of police cars outside of McCain Mall at this hour. And this was the video that we watched just a moment ago on our live stream here of a witness who was describing what he had heard, and he had heard those gunshots and people evacuate. Let's go ahead. I'm being notified that it looks like we do have a live feed. And let's see. These might be witnesses.
My name is Gael Medina, Gael Medina.
And my name is Natalie Ortega.
And it appears these are witnesses to what could be the shooting. Let's listen in live here on our live coverage.
Tell me essentially like what you heard or saw.
So as we entered the shoe department, we heard a pop, and we didn't really think much of it, so we continued. And about like 5 minutes later, they told us to go hide in the back, and we went in the back, and then we decided to go to the bathroom and hide in there.
And I guess what was going through your minds when you were hiding in that bathroom?
We were just scared.
And for you, I guess when you heard that pop.
Yeah, I was just like, it's happening. It's just not going to go well, but it went well. So
And I mean, you guys are out safely now. How do you feel now? You're with, is that your mom over there?
Yes.
You guys are all together. How are you feeling now walking out of the mall?
I'm feeling very relieved and happy that nothing really bad happened to us.
And you?
I'm happy that we got out safe. Just really am.
Yeah. And then I guess when you were inside, did you hear anything about a shooting, or when did you realize that it was something serious?
As they told us that, oh, something happened, somebody got shot, and then they just told us to go back in the back, so we hid.
And how long do you think you were back in the bathroom hiding?
For like half an hour, maybe more.
And was your mom with you at the time?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to say? I mean,
Nothing really.
Thank you guys so much. We're so glad you're okay.
Thank you.
You've been listening to a live interview out there at McCain Mall. Alexis Wainwright was talking with our Alexis Wainwright was talking with a couple of witnesses who were inside the mall when this shooting happened. They were saying that they went hiding into a bathroom inside the McCain Mall. You heard that young female saying that she thought, you know, that it's happening. It's happening. I mean, of course, these are incidents that we see all too often across the country where there is some kind of shooting that happens inside of a public place like this, and your worst case scenario or your worst thought is that this is an active shooter. Of course, this is not what happened, but in your mind, you don't know what that situation is. You possibly hear gunshots, and then you're being told to hide in a restroom. So they said that they hid in a restroom for about 30 minutes while they were waiting for the all clear from police. You're seeing that line of police cars outside the Regal Cinemas entrance at McCain Mall. We are still trying to figure out exactly where inside the mall that this happened. We know that, of course, the mall went into lockdown, as we heard from people hiding in the bathroom and waiting several minutes for that all clear from police. You're looking at this video. Our photographer is on the ground right now, who is trying to get different shots, and that's what we're seeing right now, because this is a live feed as some of this stuff starts to come in. So you're going to see the camera move quite a bit as we try and get the most up-to-date information possible. We are in a standby mode for the police. We are waiting for the North Little Rock Police Department to provide us an update on exactly what happened inside the mall today. That is what we are waiting for. We will attempt to carry that live for you as we stand by for the North Little Rock Police Department to carry this news conference, which we're expecting hopefully soon. The spokesperson for the North Little Rock Police Department came out about 10 minutes ago and said that he was working to get us an update. So we're now in that standby mode as we wait for authorities to give us an update. If you're just joining us here on KRK4 and Fox 16, we are following breaking news out of North Little Rock, where there has been a shooting inside McCain Mall. We know one person has been shot, a man has been shot, and a man has been taken to the hospital because of gunfire that was reported this afternoon inside this shopping center. We don't have a lot of information just yet about a suspect. We have heard chatter about a search, but that, of course, is all unconfirmed, and we only want to report factual information. So we are in that standby mode for police to give us an update on, hopefully, information about a suspect, because we don't have anything just yet about a suspect. And I'm just looking to see if maybe our photographer was zooming over to something specific. I don't see that just yet. A lot of police cars. You see the flashing blue lights in the background. Our Alexis Wainwright saying that there could possibly be more than a dozen police cars lined up outside this shopping center right off of McCain Boulevard. We are attempting to get Alexis Wainwright. That is what we're standing by. I was just communicating with the assignment desk here. The assignment desk is like the hub of our newsroom. As we do stand by for Alexis Wainwright, we are covering breaking news out of North Little Rock. We know that from Alexis's live report, at least one person's been shot, a man's been taken to the hospital, and we are now standing by for police to give us an update on this shooting. You're looking at a live picture right now, and this is right the Regal Cinemas entrance at McCain Mall. And you see a line of police cars. Alexis was saying more than a dozen lined up outside this mall. You see a security guard also there. More police cars moving around. I'm going to step away from the mic just for a moment. I will be right back. Okay. We are standing by. We're expecting a live report. We're expecting a live report from Alexis Wainwright in just a moment. Again, you're looking at a live picture from outside the mall as we await her update. Alexis has been talking with witnesses. She's also been talking with authorities, trying to get as much information as possible. Okay, so you see Alexis Wainwright. She has stepped in front of the camera. Alexis, a very busy scene outside McCain Mall today.
Yeah, Mitch, that's right. A very active scene, as you can imagine. Several people still not aware of this situation.
Alexis, we're having some issues with audio. Okay, it looks like we have audio from you. Yeah, we have audio from you now. Great.
Okay, so essentially we're outside of McCain Mall. We're right on the entrance near East McCain Boulevard. We've seen several people pulling into this parking lot trying to enter the mall. Many of them not aware of this shooting that happened just after 4 p.m. A lot of them asking us, hey, what happened here? A lot of them say they're in shock. They wouldn't expect anything like that to happen. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what's happening here right now at the mall. You can see police have this entrance blocked off near the Regal Cinema. We've seen over a dozen North Little Rock police cars out here, some detectives walking back and forth. Now, earlier today, we did talk with the PIO with North Little Rock Police, who says that one man was shot inside of the mall shortly after 4 p.m. He was transported to a local hospital. Now, we've been slowly seeing some employees that work at the mall walking out of the mall. One family we talked to told us that they were just shopping at a shoe department when they heard a little pop go off. They said they didn't think anything of it. They didn't think it was a gunshot. But then shortly after talking with some other people inside the store, they said, hey, it was a shooting. So they decided to hide in a bathroom inside the mall for about 30 minutes. Now, as you can imagine, they were relieved when they found out that that shooting was just with a few people, and they were able to leave out of that area within the last 30 minutes. But when we talked with them when they exited the mall, they were a little emotional, saying, you know, they're relieved that they were able to get out of this situation safely, and they just couldn't believe that it happened here at home. It hit so close to home. So we've been talking with several people that have been coming out of the mall. We talked to another guy who said he heard one pop go off, And then he saw North Little Rock police running into the mall, kind of telling them to close their stores, close their doors, and start exiting the mall. So very active scene still here. We've been seeing several people walking in and out of the mall. We'll continue to stick here and try to learn much more, but all we know right now is that one man was shot and transported to a local hospital, and employees are slowly starting to leave the mall now. Mitch?
You know, Alexis, we were taking your interview live when you were talking with those kids who said they were hiding in a bathroom. That has got to be terrifying, because when you hear about something like that, or when you, if you were to hear a gunshot go off, you're thinking worst case scenario. I mean, it's 2020. You know, these things are happening all across the country where there's active shooters. That must have been where their mind was, I can only assume.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, they told us that they were inside of that bathroom for about 30 minutes. That's a long time to kind of sit, and they had a lot of time to kind of think and try to figure out what's happening out there. One thing that they told me off camera is that the entire family was together. It was 3 of them. So they were just kind of holding on to that moment, thinking, I'm glad to be with my family at the moment, even though the worst case scenario could be happening right outside of this bathroom. So they're glad that they're safe. Again, they walked out and said that they felt relieved to be able to be outside of the mall after that shot went off.
Alexis, do we know where the shooting happened inside the mall at this point? And do we have any information about suspects?
Well, no clear answer yet as far as where that shooting happened inside of the mall. We are waiting to talk more with police. We're expected to have a police briefing soon from North Little Rock PD, but at the moment we don't know where that happened.
Okay, Alexis Wainwright reporting live for us, and I'm just trying to get a perspective here on where you're at. So you're on the Regal Cinema side. Is the parking lot shut off?
Yes, we're on the Regal Cinema side. So when the incident first happened, when we arrived here, police did have the entrances blocked off, but since about maybe 10 minutes ago, I don't see police out here blocking the entrances. We're seeing several cars coming in and out of this parking lot at the moment. Most of the police are kind of up here closer near the doors. So I believe the parking lot is kind of open, but there are officials out here turning people away because they're not aware of this incident, and they're asking, hey, is the mall open? But they're turning those people away, but again, the parking lot is still open.
And Alexis, my last question, because I know there's so many questions to this story and you're trying to get information for us. Do we know when police might be giving us an update on this scene?
We don't know a time just yet. We talked with North Little Rock Police maybe 10 to 15 minutes ago, and they said that they expect to set up a media meeting place, but they haven't even set that just yet, so no word yet on when we'll get that information.
All right, Alexis Wainwright reporting live from McCain Mall at this breaking news situation. Alexis, we're going to keep the live feed going here through your photographer, and we will try and take any interviews as you get them, because I know that you are hard at work trying to uncover what you can about this shooting that happened at McCain Mall. Alexis, thank you so much. All right, that was Alexis Wainwright reporting live from McCain Mall. We're going to stick with this shot here as this is still a very active scene. We know one person's been shot. We are now standing by for an update from the North Little Rock Police Department because there's a few things we don't know the answer to just yet. We don't know, first off, where the shooting happened inside the mall, and we don't know anything about suspects just yet. That is all stuff that Alexis Wainwright is working to get as we now enter 20 minutes past 5 o'clock, and we are in a standby mode waiting for that information to occur. We don't know where this briefing is going to be held just yet. That's what Alexis was referring to just a little bit. We had been told that the police would be setting up a media staging area. That media staging area would be where reporters can kind of stand by and wait for the spokesperson to give us an update, but we don't know exactly where that update will happen, so we're trying to get with the police department right now on figuring out where can we meet the person with all of the information, all of the answers to this breaking news situation. If you're just joining us here, it's 5:22. We are able to confirm at this hour that one person's been shot inside McCain Mall. There is a crime scene now inside the mall. We don't have any information about suspects at this point. We don't know yet where the shooting happened inside the mall. This is a story that is unfolding. We are watching it unfold with you as we are standing by for police to give us an update on this shooting that happened at McCain Mall around 3 o'clock. Alexis was talking with someone a little while ago, a person inside the mall when this shooting happened. They heard a pop go off, and the folks went hiding in a bathroom inside the mall waiting for the all clear. They were hiding in that bathroom for about 30 minutes as we see a line of police cars outside of McCain Mall tonight. Reading some of your reading some of your comments here. Okay, so I'm just getting information from the assignment desk that there will be a press conference in about 10 minutes. McCain Mall could be, if the assignment desk or Sarah, somebody that's back on the web watching, if you could let me know, is McCain Mall holding this press conference, or is this going to be a press conference between McCain Mall and North Little Rock Police? So that's information. The assignment desk is working on getting that for us here. But okay, so if you're just joining us, we are standing by. There should be a news conference happening in the next 10 minutes. Not sure if this is going to be a press conference with McCain Mall officials and North Little Rock Police, or if it's just going to be North Little Rock Police. That is what we're trying to figure out right now. But we do know that there's going to be some kind of news conference in about 10 minutes. We will carry that live right here on krk.com, fox16.com, and on our Facebook pages. Again, you're looking at a live picture outside McCain Mall as we stand by for the North Little Rock Police Department to give us an update on what is now a shooting investigation inside the mall. We know a man has been shot, and that person, the victim, has been rushed to a hospital. We don't know the condition of that person. We're hoping that at this news conference here that's going to be happening shortly, we will have some more answers for you. Of course, when breaking news stories like this happen, usually we are watching them unfold with you. And that is exactly what's happening today. We are watching this story unfold with you. Again, you're looking at live pictures outside McCain Mall, where we know a news conference is going to be happening in about 10 minutes. I can only assume that the news conference will happen right there where all the cameras are. I'm just going through reading some of your comments. See if Alexis has tweeted anything. We are standing by now for this news conference that's going to be happening momentarily. Let's go ahead and bear with me here just a moment. We're going to try, and I control the computer here, so I'm going to try and bring up a shot. You see more police cars moving there. We know that this happened around 3 o'clock, and after the shooting was reported, all of the stores started closing. I'm seeing some comments. Somebody's asking what kind of shot I'm bringing up. I'm trying to get a feed set up so that way I can show you guys our reporter's Twitter feed, and you can still look at some of these pictures from McCain Mall, and sometimes it takes a minute just to get all of that stuff set up. I'm hoping to get that for you here in just a moment. Again, you're looking at live pictures outside McCain Mall where we're standing by. We're hoping to get a update from authorities here in just a moment. Okay, while we stand by for that, I want to look to see if we got any updates. This is Alexis's Twitter account. This was the scene outside McCain Mall just a few moments ago. That line of police cars, people were exiting the mall. And then this is another angle outside the Regal Cinemas. That's where it appears all of the police are parked right now. And you see that line of police cars. Let's see if there's, we'll refresh here. We'll see if there's any new information from our reporter. Not just yet. Okay, looks like Alexis was talking, she gave us this update saying that somebody was inside the mall's restroom. Let's stand by. It looks like Alexis is preparing to do a live update here. We'll listen into Alexis's live report. Okay, it looks like we're still standing by for that. The news conference we're expecting, we were told within the next 10 minutes, so we're expecting that news conference will be happening here any moment. If you're just joining us here, I'm still connected, still looking at some of your Facebook comments. Looks like some folks are asking about the news conference. Yeah, it does. We are standing by for that news conference, just about 10 minutes. We know one person's been shot. A man has been shot inside the mall. We know that person has been taken to a hospital, and we don't know the person's condition just yet. Somebody's asking if it could be connected to the Twin Peaks murder. Too soon to know. Of course, North Little Rock Police will be looking at everything. You can only imagine there's so many cameras inside McCain Mall. At this point, North Little Rock Police, they likely already have suspect information, and they likely already know where to start looking for the person who opened fire inside McCain Mall today. But we are standing by. You're looking at a live picture of that police car right outside the mall. We were told a few moments ago that there will be some kind of update to this shooting investigation. We were told that was going to be, we got our 10-minute warning, and that was exactly 10 minutes ago. So We are standing by. That news conference should be happening any moment now, as we know that the inside of this mall is a crime scene. We don't know just yet where the shooting happened inside the mall. We've heard from witnesses that after the shooting happened, they went hiding into a bathroom, and they were waiting for that all clear from authorities. I'm just looking at some more photos here. Looks like some folks are sending us pictures on Facebook. We certainly appreciate that. Looking at Ronell's comments, Ronell, this is not necessarily, I don't pretend to have all the information. I certainly want to try and have as much information as possible. Ronell, this is breaking news. There are some things we don't know the answer to yet. The purpose of these live videos is simply to let the story unfold with you guys. So we are watching the story unfold together. And so as we get questions and answers, you are getting them in real time. That is the purpose of this live video. This is not the purpose of having all the answers and pretending to have the answers before we do. We want to make sure you have it as we get them. North Little Rock Police now walking over. It appears we might be getting an update from authorities in just a moment. There's our photographer working. Looks like he's getting a mic set up, and of course that mic is so vitally important to have on that stick just because of COVID-19. Make sure we're practicing social distancing. Let's go ahead and turn the audio up. You're going to be watching this news conference live right here on KRK.com, Fox16.com, as we know one person's been shot inside McCain Mall. Let's listen in live.
Okay, I'm Officer Green, Officer Joe Green, North Little Rock Police Department Public Information Officer. The reason we're here today is at about 4:19 p.m. Officers were called to a shots fired with injury call here at McCain Mall. As of this time, we've learned quite a few details that I will get into here in just a minute. What we did learn initially during our investigation was that a physical disturbance occurred inside the mall that led to a shooting. That shooting led to at least one adult male individual being shot, and he suffered the gunshot wound because of that shooting. Within moments of the shooting, we had police officers on scene. One of our police officers that arrived on scene is a trained medic, and he was tending to the victim's wounds while other officers were still responding to this incident. So I want that to be put out there, okay? And then more police officers showed up, obviously. The gunshot wound victim has been transported to a local hospital where he's being treated for further treatment for his gunshot wound. And detectives are currently inside the mall processing it for evidence. We do not know when the mall will reopen. At this time, we don't anticipate it reopening anytime soon, but that will be up to when the detectives leave and when the mall decides, okay? Also at this time, we have detectives interviewing potential witnesses at the investigations division, so they're speaking with them as we speak also. We do have possible suspect information that I would like to get out there, suspect vehicle information that I'd like to get out there. We're looking for a 2012 Honda Civic bearing Arkansas license plate 785 Union George Ida UGI, and it, like I said, it belongs to a 2012 white Honda Civic. So we'd ask the public if they see that vehicle or they know anything about that vehicle to please call us and let us know that they know what's going on with that vehicle. This is an isolated incident. We do not believe that there's any other threat to the community. We believe that this was simply a disturbance that led to a shooting. And like I said, one adult male victim that's been transported to the hospital as we speak. Our crime tip line is 501-680-8439. So like I said, that suspect vehicle is extremely important. If you guys can get that out to us or out to the media, or I'm sorry, scratch that, but get that out to the public so that they can get it to us and so our investigators can follow up on that information. Anybody have any other questions?
Any information on how many suspects?
At this time, I don't know. They're still following up on all that right now.
And do we know where exactly the shot was fired at? What year, what part of the mall?
Yeah, we sure do. It was on the second floor outside of Robert Irwin Jewelry Store. directly across from Victoria's Secret.
Victim's injury, life-threatening, non-life-threatening?
At this time, I do not know. Anybody else?
Any idea, where the suspect might have ran off to? Is he still in this area?
We had seen the vehicles last which way it traveled, but we lost sight of the vehicle. We don't know where it went after that. Anything else? Okay. Please don't make me look bad. I know.
All right, you've been watching a live news conference unfolding inside McCain Mall's parking lot. Let's quickly recap exactly what we know. We know that man's been shot, 419 shots fired call came in. There was some kind of physical disturbance, and then somebody was shot. A man's been taken to the hospital. The condition's still unknown at this point. We know that officers got on scene within moments after the shooting happening. And then the officer who actually got there first was a trained medic. And so the trained medic was helping, who's also an officer, was helping this gunshot victim. That gunshot victim now in the hospital. North Little Rock Police saying that McCain Mall likely will not reopen tonight. He says that it's all up to detectives and at this point, McCain Mall officials. So at this point, we are still standing by for when McCain Mall might reopen. But at this point, he was saying that it likely will not reopen anytime soon. We know that North Little Rock Police, they are searching for a suspect vehicle. We know that they're looking for a 2012 white Honda Civic. It has an Arkansas license plate of 785 UGI. That's 785 UGI. That is a 2012 white Honda Civic. And that is the suspect vehicle description that is now being put out there. And so if you see this car, you are asked to call 911 immediately. North Little Rock Police saying that this is an isolated incident and that it happened on the second floor directly across from Victoria's Secret next to a jewelry store. So that is what we know at this point out of McCain Mall. Again, let's just quickly recap what we know at this hour. We are following breaking news. We have been on here for, it appears, the last hour or so. Following this breaking news situation, we know that a man's been shot. That man has been taken to the hospital. Officers got on scene within moments. This started with a shots fired call. There was a physical disturbance, and there was some kind of shooting. We know that detectives are inside the mall right now. They are searching for a 2012 white Honda Civic with an Arkansas license plate of 785 UGI. That's 785 UGI. North Little Rock Police saying that this is an isolated incident and that this shooting happened on the second floor of the mall directly across from Victoria's Secret. Again, a 2012 white Honda Civic with an Arkansas license plate of 785 UGI. Again, one person shot. That person's been taken to the hospital. We don't know the condition of that person right now. We know that this is an isolated incident, but if you're just joining us, we do know that McCain Mall is closed and will likely be closed for some time while detectives investigate inside the mall. This is a crime scene at this point as detectives try and put together exactly what happened inside the shopping center there. So we are, let me just go through some of your comments here. Looking at somebody asking about the surveillance cameras. You can only imagine that that's likely what's happening right now. People are probably, detectives are going through surveillance footage and they're trying to piece together exactly what happened. So, folks, thank you for watching our live breaking news coverage right here on KRK.com, Fox16.com, and across all of our social media channels. We have been on here now for the last hour following this breaking news story out of North Little Rock. Again, a man's been shot inside McCain Mall. It started with a physical disturbance. That person's been taken to the hospital. There is now a crime scene inside the mall, and authorities are now searching for the suspect. McCain Mall likely to remain closed through the evening, but that is all up to the mall. And when detectives finish their crime scene there. So that is what we know. Thank you so much for watching our live extensive coverage on this breaking news situation. I encourage you to download our KRK Fox 16 apps. Also check our websites, krk.com, fox16.com throughout the evening. I also encourage you to join us at Fox 16 News at 9. Alexis Wainwright will have another live report, and KRK News at 10, where Alexis will have another update on this crime scene up at McCain Mall. For now, I'm Mitch McCoy. We have breaking news as it happens all day long across all of our digital platforms and right here on Facebook. Have a good evening.
This has been breaking news coverage from the combined newsrooms of KARK4 and Fox 16. We now return to your regularly scheduled program.